Monster Hunter World versus Monster Hunter Rise. It's a debate that's been ongoing, but it's gotten a little bit more in the forefront recently, mainly because World has blown up again. It's gotten more popular. There was that Steam image that went a little viral, I think, showing the uptick of how World got popular again, and Rise is just kind of sitting there not doing anything. Yeah, it's plainly obvious that World is the better game by far. And I say this as somebody who's barely played Rise. I played the tutorials. I think I've spent maybe almost 10 hours playing that game, and it's tutorials. They should change the name to Monster Hunter Tutorials. That's one big problem with that game, is way too many tutorials introducing way too much stupid shit. I don't give a fuck about the wall running. I don't want to be a ninja. I want to be a monster hunter. The game's called Monster Hunter. I want to hunt monsters. I don't want to be a ninja. Why the fuck am I running up walls and doing backflips, flying through the air like Devil May Cry or some gay crap like that? Another thing, very low budget. Well, maybe not low budget, but hardware limitations. We all know Rise originated on the Nintendo Switch, which is a piece of crap. It's only got a few games worth playing. It's better than the Nintendo Wii and Wii U. I'll give it that. It was a bigger upgrade than that. Nintendo's got to step their game up. But yeah, basically fucked in the ass by the Switch hardware. The game was remastered for the proper consoles and PC, and huge improvement, but still shit. It's still got all those god-awful tutorials, and just things that a remaster can't fix. Empty environments, lifeless environments. Monster Hunter World had, the environments felt alive. They were filled with, why do I feel like I made a video about this already? I probably did, but I'd like to go into more detail about it and mention things that I haven't mentioned. Maybe, let me think of something that I probably haven't mentioned. In Monster Hunter World, the monsters behave more realistically. And there's more feedback in combat. When you whack, say, an Anjanath or whatever in the fucking head with a giant hammer or a giant sword, you feel it. You feel the impact, and oftentimes the monster will fall on its ass, as it should. If you get whacked in the head with a giant hammer, say, you're going to fall over and you're going to go retarded, and your legs are going to be flailing around, and you're going to be, I don't know what I'm doing. They don't do that in Monster Hunter Rise. That's a huge immersion killer. You're just whacking on might as well be a piece of cardboard. There's no life to it. And I haven't gotten far enough into the game to see if the monsters actually interact with each other. I know you can jump on monsters. I've gotten that far. You can jump on them and control them and use them to fight other monsters. But just as in terms of, say, going on expeditions and running into two separate monsters and them going at it with, you as a spectator, I don't know if that actually happens in that game. I sincerely doubt it, because that game is lacking in every single way. They added a bunch of gay fucking weeaboo shit. I don't have a whole lot good to say about it. The remaster on the proper consoles and PC was a huge upgrade. Faux show. But is that enough? Is that enough to make up for the other lacking things due to the Switch's limited hardware, the empty environments, just the bland everything? Everything feels bland and lifeless in Monster Hunter Rise. It's the polar opposite of Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World feels like a living, breathing, immersive world. They named it perfect. Monster Hunter World. Let that sink in. World. It feels like a world. Rise, it feels like some filthy salesman, sold you in a dark alley, in Detroit. He promised it was just like the real thing. And then, he handed it to you, you handed him the money, and then some guy sneaks up behind you and knocks you the fuck out, and you get dragged into some empty warehouse or abandoned home, wherever, and you wake up with a used condom in your ass. Or maybe, people like that, I don't even think they use condoms. That game, I got nothing good to say about it, except the dog. Yeah. The dog's alright. Because there are moments in Monster Hunter World where I get sick of, having to run around on foot. It is kind of slow and sluggish and annoying. It would be nice to have the mount so you can get around quicker. That's the only thing I'll say Rise has over Monster Hunter World, is the canine echo, the canine echo. I'm just making words up. I don't remember what the fuck they call it. The dog illico, whatever. My point is, Monster Hunter Rise is kind of a piece of shit. It's like playing the sketchy bootleg version of Monster Hunter World, and nothing's gonna change my mind. I'm fucking super into World, man. Super into it, and I'm gonna keep going. I ain't gonna get to fucking Monster Hunter 999. I ain't that hardcore of a gamer. That's just insane, but I'm gonna keep going because I love it. I'm super into it. Rise is something that I will fuck around with. If I can get past the tutorials. How many are there? It seems like there might be at least 20 hours worth of tutorials. I'm just trying to figure out when the actual game starts. Once the actual game starts, I can get an actual feel for it, It's throwing all these concepts at me, all these new things, and it's like, I just want to hunt monsters, dog. I don't want to do these tutorials. I'm gonna just hit the off button or the eject button and put in world and have a good time. Fuck Monster Hunter, guys.